The way the camera adapts to the change in music, it's so dope to me. It's a little cinematic choice, but as the music increases, in sound and complexity, you start seeing the camera have these very rigid and all over the place movements. It's kind of to match the tempo of the song. I like that. Bro, this feels so weird. It's been so long since I've been on camera. Hold on. Ugh. So, I did the math. I'll be sitting here for the next 4 to 5 hours recording because I'm behind on July's request. This one comes to you guys by 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥𝗧. Big shout out to 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗥📧. 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗢𝗧 has 2 requests here. She gave me a bit of info. Lucy just had to come back recently, but I figured I would send you one of their first songs as a group after the show. And my favorite song by them, Flowering, and my favorite song by them, Snooze. Okay, it's been a minute since I've said on camera. Let's hop into it, guys. Let's hop into it. Oh, this kind of goes hard. I really like this. It's giving me like a Coldplay vibes. Maybe it's because of the violin. Hold on. Let me get comfy. Okay. Wow. I love the way he's intonating his words. Wow. He has such a beautiful, I don't know if it's the same person singing here, but he has such a beautiful tone to him. You know what I mean? The way he's intonating those higher notes sounds very nice to the ear. Come on. Yo. Wow. Hey. When I tell you the things that I really love about bands and their dynamic, it's when you're in the atmosphere of, performing alongside friends, family, whatever it may be, just being in an atmosphere where you're performing with other instruments and being so in harmony and being so in unison, the energy is completely different. I tell you guys this a lot, but I used to be in band, choir, musical theater back in high school, so I do have a very musical background. And I'm telling you, when everything comes into sync and things just start working out all together, it's such a beautiful feeling that cannot be expressed through words. No matter how much I try, I cannot fully explain the way your heart feels, the way your mind feels, and how your body feels. It's like a food for the soul. You know what I mean? And since you can't visibly see the soul, it's soul food. You get me? This is what band music is about. Band music is soul food. Hey. The violin adds a The violin adds such a nice contrast. Wow. This part right here is my absolute favorite. The way he climbs up the scale. Wow. Bro. The way the camera adapts to the change in music, it's so dope to me. It's a little cinematic choice, but as the music increases, in sound and complexity, you start seeing the camera have these very rigid and all over the place movements. It's kind of to match the tempo of the song. I like that. I've seen some groups where the camera just kind of stays still, doesn't really move around, and there's not much dynamic, to the film. But this is adding a lot of dynamic and just works so in harmony with the song itself. I love it. That's a very nice comparison. Wow. What if I remain alone and wither away? Did you hear how he just went up like that? Holy shit. That was such a nice transition. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. Ah! I like that. Hey. I'm fully convinced the violin is one of the most precious instruments. Definitely not my favorite. The alto saxophone is my favorite. But the violin is one of the most precious instruments to play, man. It's just something about the sound that really touches the heart. You know what I mean? It makes your heart flutter. Maybe that's because I watch Your Lie in April. And ever since watching Your Lie in April, just violins hit so differently. It hits so different. Hey. Ah. Ooh. Wow. Oh, we have a switch up now. He has a high pass filter on his voice. Kind of gives him that radio effect. Ah, the way they took it off. Ah, that was so fucking clean. So he had a filter on his voice that kind of gave him that radio effect, which was very like higher pitched, and a bit muffled. And then they just instantly took it off, and the instrumental started to build up again. That was dope as fuck. Listen to this. This is so cool. Hey, hey, here it comes. One thing I'm really liking is just the feel of the music video, you know? It feels very warm. Hey. I like the way he intonates that on and on. That's not the end, is it? Got a little story here. I really like the group dynamic. I really do. The entire philosophy behind the song, you know, withering away, flowering away, I'll remember you as you are. It's very interesting in itself. I liked it. I really did. You know what I mean? There was something about it that was just so beautiful, from the cinematics to the instrumental to the lyrics itself. You know, even though the lyrics weren't too deep and nuanced, it had a general message, and it was about a love. You know what I mean? It was about how I want to remember you, how I want to attack this relationship. It was a very simple song in terms of its lyricality, right? But what was so beautiful about it was how they attacked each lyric. You know, the way they enunciated each word, the way they pronounced each word, right? Very, very beautiful lyricism. Very, very beautiful in itself. Very beautiful song. I don't really have much else to say about it other than great request on 𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗨𝗣𝗢. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next Lucy reaction. Anyways, as I always say, stay present, remain present, because present moment is all you have. I'll catch you guys over there.